Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Elohim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the true rulers and leaders of Israel today. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Wakakwadash Barakatham, to the true and sincere Akim that's pushing this work for the elect, for the men of the Lord, for their brethren, and not for vainglory. Alright? This is the brother Tazayar, coming from Great Millstone, Indiana Camp, in Gary, here with another lesson from the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, through the Spirit. Alright? So, without further ado, the subject of the matter is, we all see what's going on around the world. Esau is allowing for the NBA to suspend itself, which brings in hundreds of millions of revenue, to the American economy. Because why? The Dow points has also been dropping on the flip side. People been freaking out about the NBA being suspended, but the Dow points been dropping 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 1,500 here, and more along those lines. So we're seeing that the fabric of America is being transformed. No longer, you know what I'm saying, this place going to be called delicate or beautiful anymore, man. But Esau, he's also not only affecting himself on purpose, but he's also affecting the other nations with what? This coronavirus, which is, destroying these other nations that thought that they was going to be the next superpowers the moment America fell. Alright? Mainly China. Because now what? Once the moment they actually found the cure for the coronavirus, every other state and nation is going to be in submission. They're not going to really want to go against America because they're going to want to, to get back the losses, gain the losses that they've had to lose since the coronavirus hit. Because you got to understand, these other nations, especially China, has been getting hit on all sides, with the tariffs that Trump put on these lands, as far as their, importing and exporting. And also the coronavirus, which has been keeping them from making any type of money due to, the fact that it originated in China, which China is a major producing country in the whole entire world, for the whole entire world. Everything is produced in China. But without further ado, Salakia for speaking so much. This is Salakia, Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. And it reads, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth," which is basically going into know the Lord right now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever age you may be, while all these things is transpiring, know the Lord right now. Don't worry about the things you're not going to be able to do in your youth. You know what I'm saying? Establishing credit, going on prom, buying a house. Don't worry about that right now. Know the Lord right now. It says, while the evil days come not. See, while you have the opportunity, while the doors of mercy is open to you, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, right? When you're old in age and, you're not functioning the way you was functioning when you was a youngin', Now you got to pop a Viagra to get up. Now you got to take blood pills to keep your blood pressure, at bay. Now you got to, live a life of, just being old and just ready to pass away. Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, because Second Peter tells us that, the moon is going to be red, and the sun is going to be blotted out. And it's going to be smoke everywhere. The elements is going to melt. Like, before the day of the Lord come, man, because the day of the Lord is not light, but it's darkness, all right, upon the world. You understand? Only the elect is going to be able to escape out of them times, man. And that's only if Yahweh Shai decided to choose you. Because honestly speaking, me even doing this work, man, yeah. Hey, call on Yahweh Shai. He gave me the knowledge to do his will, to push his will, to do his work. That's a mighty thing, because he hasn't given that to everyone. But even those of us that's doing this, man, hey, the Lord just may not choose you. You understand? And that's his will. Hey, Eli was a man of the Lord. He was a prophet. But for the actions of his sons, he had to pay that debt, because he didn't, correct his sons, Phineas, and I forget the other son name. So he had to deal with the consequences of the Lord because of them. It's whoever the Lord give his mercy unto, man. Hey, King Saul, he was just impulsive. He didn't wait on King Samuel to do the sacrifice, to go to war against the other nations. And then he allowed one of the kings to live. But then you got King David, who committed adultery, and who sent the man out to his death. But the Lord still loved him. So that's just what my mindset is at, what my mind frame is at when I speak on, you just may not know, man, if the Lord is really with you. That's why the scripture says, rejoice with fear and with trembling. Alright? That's a whole nother lesson in itself, but let's continue on going in on this, but it's all the spirit. Alright? Verse 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. It says, and the door shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low. He shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So, we're entering the times where things is not going to be as we know them to be today. The scripture says that victuals shall be so cheap that men shall think themselves to be in a good case. And that's what we seeing right now. People able to clear off the racks in the grocery stores, get all the water and all the, the beans and the rice and all the gas that they can get right now. But it's soon as the scripture said, man, fam, I'm gonna pull it up, man. This is First Thessalonians, Salakia. Alright, this is First Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm gonna start at the top, man. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, right? Because why? The scripture says in Romans that they seeketh what the elect have already obtained, man. Roughly paraphrasing. So Israel seek what the elect has obtained. What have the elect obtained? The knowledge of the things that's gonna happen before it happens. The truth of our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because what? He spoke to the woman at the well and said, what? Ye know not who ye worship, but we know who we worship. Alright? So those that don't know who they worship, they consider Gentiles. Even if the woman at the well was an Israelite woman or was a Gentile woman, a straight heathen all the way around. Hey, guess what? If you don't know who you worshiping, you a heathen in the eyes of the Lord, man. You don't know who you serving. You a heathen. You don't got the light. You don't got it, man. Alright? It says verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Yeah, the men of the Lord knows that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night, man. Amos 3:7 tells us this, man. Alright? They reveal the secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Alright? So the servants, the prophets, the Lord of the men of the Lord, they know. They see the signs of the coming of the Lord. So they're what? Preparing themselves. They're girding up their loins. They're trying to get themselves in correction before, the day of the Lord comes. You understand? We're doing what we can do for us to the best of our ability, man, which is what the Lord gave us to do with. Because if you were a wise man, you're going to take heed, because the scripture says what? A wise man, the beginning of it says, the fear of Yahweh Shai is the beginning of wisdom. Alright? Roughly paraphrase. Salakia. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Why? Hey, Trump was just talking shit about the doomsday prophets. And now look, man, his own country is being subdued by the coronavirus to where now they gotta shut down the whole NBA, which brings in a bunch of money for America, which they are already strategically planning on just tossing the dollar out to the side anyways, and bringing in cryptocurrency. That's what the whole Bitcoin thing is all about. Just doing a trial run on how they gonna control and monitor the digital currency that they're gonna put out there. But it's just it's the point being made, man. They talk shit, but the Lord is and it's all the will of the Lord. It's not their will, man. They can't do nothing about it. Only the Lord is gonna be able to do what He pleases to do in that time, and He's gonna lead them to do what He wants them to do. He's the controller of the mans of the kings, man. You understand? It says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief." See? So, hey, if Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gave you the eyes to see and the ears to hear, now is the time more than ever to really get yourself correct, to get yourself together, man. To fear the Lord, not men, but the Lord, man. Because some men, man, they might be in this thing and they fear the eyes of men, but it's not about them, man. It's about order. Yeah, follow orders. It's about doing the deed of the Lord by following His prophets, whatever the prophets is saying for you to do. Hey, but even within that, man, it's the mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that's gonna get you through. Because hey, you could be told a million things at one. You know what I'm saying? Some men may follow it, some men may not. Some men that don't follow it, the Lord just may have mercy on them and just deliver them. Some men that's following it, hey, the Lord just might be like, you just wasn't meant for this. This wasn't your calling. But at the same time, my power is not an unmerciful power. He's not a power where, He gonna forsake you for doing the will. So right now is the time to do the will, man, to the best of your ability, man. And pray that the Lord have mercy for you in them times and in them days, man. For real, because we in them. We living in them. Hey, but without further ado, man, I want to give all praises, glory, worship, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the true rulers and leaders of Israel today. And shalom to the true and sincere Akim that's listening in truth and sincerity, man. Till next time.